Hey guys, it's Tootsie and I'm back, and now I'm here to do a story time video. I've seen a lot of people, they've been doing a lot of story time videos on YouTube, and I thought maybe I could do some of my story time videos. Now this story time video is about my health issues. It's specifically about my health issues. I know I talked about like my mental type health issues, but I want to do more ones that are a little more physical. And I know I talked about some of this in the past, and I'll probably try to put the words down at the bottom of the screen. One of the health issues I talked about is my neurofibrosis. Now, if you don't know what neurofibrosis is, this is a type of one that affects like your skin and your nervous system. So basically, like your brain and how we have all the nerves that connect from our brain and down our spine and into our arms. And since this is connected to our skin, it affects my skin as well. What neurofibrosis is that we can grow like these bumps. They're just like these little bumps. We can grow them on our nerve system, like on our nerve veins and stuff. And we can also like have birthmarks on our skin. We can also like grow bumps on top of our skin. It's just like kind of like, you know, like what a skin tag looks like. It's kind of like that, but it just has like it just has like fat in it. And so they're not harmful. They can become cancerous if, like, they can. It's not a possibility. Normally, they're just benign. And so, I don't have any of the bumps on my skin. And so, some of them, like the bumps, you know, like a raised skin, or some of them can be, like, a mole that's red. I don't have any of those. And neurofibrosis is hereditary. And I do get it from one of my parents. And, I'm not gonna say which one. I just say I do get it from one of my parents, and they do have birthmarks like I do. I'll show you one. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but no, you can't see it. There is one that I can actually show you. Jeez, I'm looking on my body from one of my birthmarks, but I can't really show you because the rest of my birthmark I got tights on today, so I can't show you. But if you've seen a birthmark, you know what a birthmark looks like. So basically, we can just have several birthmarks. I know like there's some stories about how you only can have one birthmark. Not true. People with neurofibrosis can have multiple birthmarks, and also like I also heard something that birthmarks are like bruises that you get when you were in the womb. Maybe not true. Now, my parent that I got it from, they do have birthmarks. I think I have more birthmarks than they do. But they didn't have any of the bumps, you know, at all. Like, I don't know if I want to insert a picture because the pictures you find online are severe cases, or if you really are curious, you can just go on Google and type in neurofibrosis, but know that the pictures basically on the internet are severe cases, and that neurofibrosis is hereditary. It's not, it can't be transferred. Only my children will be able to get it if I do pass that one gene on to them. And so, see, I didn't really plan this video out. I just kind of thought of an idea. And so, but my parent that I got it from, they did start getting the bumps I talked about later in life. They started getting it like when they told me when they were like 18. And I'm 22 years old, and I don't show any signs of it. So, but my parent that got it, they got it from their father. And their father, my grandfather, he had it pretty bad. Like his got really bad later in life. He showed really bad signs of it. And so, but the parent I got it from, they're not as bad as my grandfather, not as bad as their fathers. And so, and since I am not as bad as my parents, so it seems like in our family that the signs and the symptoms are going less and less and less and less. So hopefully, if my children do it, they won't be as bad as I am. Because, well, I don't have any on my skin, but like I talked about how the bumps, they can grow on your nervous system. I do have 2 small little bumps on the back of my head, back here, you know, just above my neck and like below on my brain. They can, like the bumps that's on your nervous system, they can grow on your brain. And I do have 2 little bumps on my brain. I know that because I've gotten MRIs in my life to see. Because when my mom found out, I figured I had neurofibrosis because of the birthmarks, because I was born with them, that, you know, I went to a neurological doctor, and I've been seeing him for years and years and years and years. I've been seeing since I was like 5, 6 years old, and so I've gotten several MRIs to see if I did grow any on my nervous system, and they did find 2 small ones on the back of my brain, but they have not changed since I was 6 years old. They have not changed at all. They have not grown. They haven't changed any looks. It's always been considered negative, so I am good. So, and I'm 22, and since I went out when I was 6 years old, and they haven't changed, so I'm very happy for that. That's good, because if they did change, then they would want to do something about it to make sure they aren't turning into cancer. So I just wanted to give you a little story time video about that. I know I talked about neurofibrosing in the past, where some people, it's not something very common. People don't really hear about it. People don't really know about it, and you can like research online, but knowing most stories online are severe cases, and it's hard. So it's good to hear something from somebody who actually has it and stuff. So, well, I just want to talk about and be open, because I want to be a little open on YouTube about my health issues in my life, and I'm very comfortable talking about my neurofibrosing, because it's not like something I can pass on to anyone. It's in me, it's in my genes, so the only people I can get it are my kids, which if my kids do get it, I'm gonna love them no matter what, you know. Like, it's just what's gonna happen. Because I do want children. I know that there's some people out there that, like, when someone has like some type of health problems, they don't feel like it's right to have children because you can pass it on, which I find that a little sad. It's just like, you shouldn't be denied what you want to do just because you might have health issues and you might pass on. It's a possibility. I talked to my neurological doctor about it. I would have to mainly see like a DNA specialist, but like back kind of to kind of, if you guys are older viewers and you've had sexual education in school, you learn about how, and biology, you learn how your chromosomes, how you get like 24 from mom and 24 from dad. Is it 24? It's somewhere around there, and so only one of those 24 chromosomes have to have that neurofibrosing gender, then my kid will get it. So it's a chance, you know. There's a chance, you know. So nothing I can do, and since I have been with my fiance, my teddy bear, my fiance, we've been together. We will be together for 5 years this March. And, you know, I talked to him about this. I talked to him about, you know, my health issues, and that there is a possibility that if we have children together, that they are going to get this, and he don't care. He could care less. He doesn't care. He loves me, and that's all he cares about, and he just wants to be with me. And no, that was one reason I was actually kind of really scared about, like, finding somebody, if they were going to be okay with my health issues. And knowing that this trait could be passed on to children, and they may have it worse than me, or they may have it, or it might continue on where they won't have it as bad as me. Like me, I'm not as bad as the parent I got it from, and they're not as bad as their father that had it. So hopefully that's kind of that. I talked about that more than I wanted to, because that was one of my health issues I have. I have another health issue that I wanted to talk about, that this video was mainly about, because I know I talked about my neurofibrosing in the past, but I didn't really go too in depth because I've actually done research myself to understand what I have more. Okay, my second health issue I have is esophagitis. I can't pronounce it. Something esophagitis. Okay, now what this is, my esophagus can just randomly swell up randomly. It has something, according to my allergist, has come out in the last 10 years. They don't know what causes it. There has been suspicions, but a lot of us think it is caused by your allergies, when your allergies act up. And I didn't get tested for all kinds of allergies. My allergist only tested the ones I was maybe concerned about, maybe like what allergies one of my parents has. One of my parents has allergies, you know, to cats and dogs and grass and trees and pollen and dust, and so I was only tested for those because those are the ones I thought I might have allergies to. And I don't have allergies to any pollen, dust or grass, but I do have allergies to like cats and dogs and guinea pigs and rodents and stuff. But I grew up with cats my whole life. I ain't gonna give up my cats. But he says that's just like that's just a thought that might cause my esophagitis, my esophagitis to happen. That might cause my esophagus to swell up randomly. Now, how I discovered I had esophagitis was that I had trouble. I started having trouble swallowing foods. Sometimes bread, and sometimes, especially if the bread had Nutella on it. Now, I used to eat Nutella all the time in school. I ate it. That's what I ate every day for breakfast. But then I stopped for a while, and then I recently started getting back to it, and I started having issues. And I'm like, how is this happening? Did I develop an allergy for nuts and stuff? And so I went to the doctor, and I was also concerned that I might had cancer, because my father, I talked about how he died when he had cancer, that his cancer started when he started having trouble swallowing foods, which is a sign for cancer. So I was just worried about it. So I saw the doctor, and she didn't think it would be that, but she said it might be something else. So I had to go to the gynecologist so they could go give me some medicine to make me sleepy and stick, a camera down my throat to see what's going on. And the gynecologist did see what a white ring in my esophagus, and so he diagnosed me with, I probably have esophagitis. And so she said I had to go to an allergist to get medication for it, because he said that it's caused by allergies. When I saw my allergist, which is like a family allergist, like I mentioned, like one of my parents see him, or did see him, since I did talk about my father, it did pass away, so either one. And more people in my family see him too, like more like other family members in my family see him. And so he said, he told me that, that this has only come out in the last 10 years. We don't know if it's caused by allergies or not. And so he just treated me for the allergies I have with just the nasal spray. But I basically just have to make sure I'm chewing properly, because I noticed that I can have trouble swallowing if I don't chew my food really well. If I get excited and I swallow too early, that it does hurt. Like, oh my god, I'm going off. I never even explained, how I talked about how, I had trouble swallowing food, because it would feel like food would get caught in my throat right here, and it would hurt, and no matter what I did, like, it wouldn't go down and it wouldn't go up. So I always thought there was food caught. But, once I talked to my allergist, and the gynecologist, he said the food isn't getting caught, it just feels like it, because your throat just got irritated because it swelled up. So it's just like, so because how that's painful when you feel like food's caught, but like, since I have this esophagitis, food isn't caught, it just got irritated, makes it feel like a caught, so it's extremely painful. So that's really hard, because you feel like there's food caught, but there may not be. It may just be my esophagitis. So anyway, I'm trying to stay on track. Sorry if I go back and forth. It's just how my brain works. I just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's just how my brain works. And so where was I? Yeah, I talked about, that I have esophagitis, that, my throat can just randomly swell up randomly for no apparent reason. Some people say it's allergies, but I ain't gonna give up my cats. I have allergies, so I ain't gonna get up to find that out. But from what my allergist told me, people who have esophagitis, it is said that they have trouble swallowing foods that are thick, and Nutella is very thick. I can do peanut butter if I'm careful. I have had some problem with peanut butter, but I'm not allergic to it, so I haven't been tested. My allergist, he doesn't really see a point, because I don't show. I have the same signs, because I can have my signs even just with plain bread. Like, I could just chew some bread and it could come out. And so it just happens with foods that are thicker or harder to swallow, like, thick things like Nutella and peanut butter. So anyway, oh my gosh, this video is almost 20 minutes long. Sorry about me babbling on. So hopefully you guys like the story time video. I'm sorry if I went back and forth and kind of like that. Sorry if I'm kind of moving weird. I have an itch on my foot and it's just not going away. Okay. Okay, I think I'm better now. Okay, so I hope you guys liked this video. So if you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more story time videos, hopefully I can think of some ideas from one of our story time videos. And I will see you guys in my next video. Oh, before I see you guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Tootsie2525. Same way it's spelled in there. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!